Hello everyone, welcome to my class. We have completed present tense. Today, I'm starting past tense. I'm sharing on the screen here. Yes, past tense. Now, what is past tense? The past tense expresses an action or event that has already taken place or a state of being that existed before the time of speaking. Any of the action which is done at some past time, that is known as past tense, or any state of being or any action or any work was done before the time of speaking. That is past tense. See these examples. We reached home pretty late last night. This last night shows past period, past time. And what happened that time? Reached home late. So here verb, we have to see the verb. And verb is reached here. And reached is second form of verb. I wrote a letter to a friend. That means it happened at some past time. So here we have second form of write, that is wrote. So this is past tense. Jessica celebrated her birthday with her family. This happened at some past time. And this verb, here we are using second form of verb, celebrated. So this is past tense. Now let's see this timeline. What's there? We reached home pretty late last night. So this is the time of speaking today. This is the time of speaking. And this action that is reached happened before this time of speaking, that is yesterday or the last night. So this is past tense. Any action occurred before the time of speaking, that is past tense. There we use past tense. Now, past tense also has four forms, as we have in present tense, same way in past tense. Simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. These are the four forms. Now, we'll start with the first form. This is simple past tense. Let's see what's the structure of verbs in simple past tense. In simple past tense, we use second form of verb. For example, if I take sing, three forms of sing are sing, sang, sung. So your second form is sang. So we have to use second form of verb in simple past tense. According to the example, sang. You know every verb has three forms, so you have to take second form of verb in simple past tense. So that is the structure of verb in simple past tense. Now let's see using the simple past tense, where we can use simple past tense. This is the first point. Now, simple past tense is used to refer to a complete and definite action, event, or state of being in the past. Any action which occurred at some past time, there we have to use simple past. This is the example here. Kavya grew up in a village. Some past event there. So Here, grew. This is the second form of grow. So this is simple past tense, or you can say the sentence is in simple past tense. Now, second one, to refer to habitual actions in the past or a past thought. Something which was a habit in the past time, there we have to use simple past. See this? Kavya's parents took her to visit her grandparents during vacations. Past time vacation, they used to go to grandparents. So here we have took. Second form of take. Kavya thought that elephants play with water in the sky when it rained. So it's a past thought. She thought at some past time. So here we have second form of think, that is thought. Now see this third point, to refer to an action or event that occurred over a period of time in the past. At some past time or the period of time in the past, something happened there or occurred there. See this example. Shakil studied mathematics for the last 15 years. So this period of time of the past is given there for the last 15 years. And studied, we have used here simple past tense, second form of study. Now, fourth point, to narrate a story. In stories, whenever we are writing a story, we have to use simple past tense. See this example. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Cinderella. So this is the story, a line from the story. And here your verb is was. Now, in simple past, we use was or verb as main verb sometimes, but they are auxiliary verbs or helping verb. And this is form of be. In present tense, forms of be are is, am, are. In past tense, forms of be are was and were. Okay. Now see this next point, to refer to historical events. So any of the historical event, if you have to mention in a sentence, there you have to use simple past tense. See this example. Most of South Asia was under foreign rule in the 19th century. So this is historical event, something which happened the past time. And here we are using was as a verb here. And this shows the sentence is in simple past tense. Okay. Hope you have understood these points where you have to use simple past tense. Now we have one exercise here. Change the highlighted verbs into their past tense form. You can see blue colored words there. You have to change them to simple past tense form. First is done. In 1861, Johann Philipp Reis spoke, that is past tense of speak, into his telephone the following words. The horse does not eat cucumber salad. He chews. Now past tense of choose is chose, C-H-O-S-E. This interesting sentence because he want. So past tense of want is wanted. Each word to be separately understand. Past tense of understand is understood by the listener without guessing the meaning of the entire sentence. His telephone device can. Now past tense of can is could. Convert sounds into an electrical current and reproduce them in another place. However, his idea, now here be is written. So I told you forms of be in past tense, they are was or were. So your answer is his idea was much ahead of his time and none take. So in place of take, took will come. None took it seriously. More than 10 years after race, invent is given there. Past tense of invent is invented. His device, a man called Alexander Graham Bell, built. Past tense of build is built, B-U-I-L-T. An electromagnetic telephone in Boston in 1872. He discovered a device that, now past tense of can, could transmit speech over a longer distance. His work with deaf people, word given here is inspire. So past tense of inspire is inspired him to investigate the physical creation of sound on 10th March 1876. Bell, word is present, so presented his box telephone to the public on a test line of around 8 kilometers. So that was your exercise where you had to change all the verbs to past tense. Okay. Next, we have structure of simple past tense in different sentences. First, we have affirmative sentence here. So first, you have plural subject with I and you. With that, you have to use without auxiliary verb, and main verb is worked. I worked, we worked. If we have singular subject, that time also like she or he or Reena, you have to write worked only. Now, negative sentence. If negative sentence there, you have to use did not. And remember, with did, we use first form of verb. As we use with do and does, same way with did, we use first form of verb. So we have work here. So subject, whether it is singular or plural. I, we, you, he, she, they, and one name is given there, Reena. You have to use did only. It's not like present tense do or does. Did you have to use whether the singular subject or plural subject. So your sentence become, I did not work. You will not write worked here. That is wrong. You have to use first form of verb. So we have work. She did not work. They did not work or didn't work. Right? Now we have interrogative sentences using WH word. When, that is WH word. With that auxiliary verb did, then you have to use subject, any singular or plural. You can write any subject there. When did they work, or when did Rina work? When did we work or I work? If it is negative, when didn't they work? Who didn't work? Okay, now without WH word, your sentence will be did they work? So that was a structure of simple past tense in different kinds of sentences. Now we have past continuous tense. The past continuous tense refers to an action that was going on over a period of time in the past. At some past period of time, that action was going on. It was in continuation at some past time. So there we use past continuous tense. Now the structure of past continuous tense is you have to use auxiliary verb or helping verb, was or were. With that, you have to use ing form of verb, or you can say present participle, right? In present continuous, we have is, am, are, and present participle. In past continuous, we have was or were and present participle, right? See these examples now. Sita was doing yoga. That means at some past time, she was doing this work. So we have was, Sita is singular, so we'll use was, and ing form of do is doing, or present participle of do is doing. My parents were feeling really happy. So this thing happened some past time. Parents plural here, so we have were here. If subject is plural, use were. If subject is singular, use was. So we have were feeling, ing form of feel, feeling really happy. So this is past continuous tense. Next one. I was eating dinner when you arrived. So I singular here, we have to use was and present participle of eat, that is eating. I was eating dinner when you arrived. Now this word arrived shows that this was happening at some past time. That means at this time. Now see this timeline which is given here. My parents were feeling happy. Speaking at the present time, and this is the past time, and this happened during this period. Now we move on to other part. This is using the past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used to refer to first point. Let's see where we have to use past continuous tense. A continuing action during a particular period in the past. At some past time or some period in the past time, that action was in continuation, was going on. See the example. he was watching TV throughout the afternoon. That at this past time, what he was doing was watching. So that action was going on at this time of afternoon. So we have was and watching. So this is past continuous tense. In this condition, you have to use past continuous tense. The train was running late regularly during the last 1 week. So this is some past period is mentioned, last 1 week. And what was happening? What was going on at that time? The train was running late. It was in continuation. So we have was and running, present participle of run. So this sentence is in past continuous tense, or you can say in this condition, you can use past continuous tense. See this second point now. An interruption in the continuity of an action in the past when used with the simple past tense. In a sentence, if we are using simple past tense and some other work there as an interruption there, which is in continuity, there we use past continuous tense. See this example, I was cooking when you arrived. So arrived, second form of arrive. So this is simple past. So at this past time, what was going on was cooking. So here we'll use past continuous, and in the next action or verb, we'll use simple past tense. So the action which was in continuation that time, you have to use past continuous tense. So we have I was cooking when you arrived. Right? Let's see this third point. Two simultaneous actions. If two actions given there and at some past time, they were going on simultaneously. There we have to use past continuous tense. See this example. She was humming a tune as she was cooking dinner. That means she was doing two work together. She was cooking and with that she was humming also. So in both verbs we have past continuous tense, was humming and was cooking. Understood? Now let's move on. So here we have this exercise. Let's see what's there. Rewrite the following sentences with the simple past or past continuous forms of verbs given in the brackets. So we have to use simple past and past continuous both, right? First one is done there. Let's see. While Kancha, word in the bracket is study hard for the exams, his sister, word given there is take a holiday. So two simultaneous action there. So we have past continuous. While Kancha was studying hard for the exams, his sister was taking a holiday. Let's see this B now. He dashed to the library to look for some rare books. What given in the bracket is came. Now, according to the sentence, we have to use simple past tense. This action happened at some past time. So he came to the library. to look for some rare books. Next one. We were dash our dinner when the guest dash unannounced. Two verbs there. So here in that first one, your answer is we were enjoying, ing, enjoying our dinner when the guests arrived unannounced. So when this thing happened, arrived happened, what they were doing were enjoying the dinner. Understood how we have to do? Now, sentence number D. The burglars dash into the house and dash all the valuables away with them. Words given here, break and take. Now, you have to write the answer. The burglars broke into the house and took all the valuables away with them. This is the answer. Now, see this D1. Sorry, D we have done. We move on to sentence number E. Raja was dash in the rain when he dash. Words are walk and slip. Raja was walking in the rain when he slipped. So when this happened, what he was doing, he was walking. Sentence number F. My father dash for me when I dash in Delhi. The answer is my father was waiting for me when I landed in Delhi. Next sentence. She dashed a letter when the phone dashed. Towards your right and ran. So your answer is she was writing a letter when the phone rang. So rang, this is simple past tense, R-A-N-G. And at that time, what she was doing was writing a letter. Okay. Now, last sentence of this exercise. The police dash in the next lane when the burglars dash our house. So your answer is the police was patrolling in the next lane when the burglars entered our house. So when this action occurred or at this time entered, this is simple past. What police was doing? Police was patrolling. This is past continuous tense. Understood? So that was the exercise where you have to use simple past and past continuous. I hope you have understood the difference between these two. Now next we have structure of the past continuous tense in affirmative, negative, interrogatives. Okay. First one, affirmative. Subject, here we have he, she, that is third person or singular subject, Reena here. With that, in this, we have I also, right? So in this sentence, you have to use was as auxiliary verb. And with that, ing form or present participle here. So your sentence is, I was studying, or he was studying, Reena was studying. So this is the sentence in affirmative in past continuous. If subject, you have plural there, or you, we, you, they, the men. There you have to use were and present participle studying. We were studying, you were studying, like this. Okay. Now, if you have to make negative subject singular here, I, negative here, was not, or you can say wasn't. I wasn't studying, or she wasn't studying. Now, plural subject, we, you, they, we weren't. We have to use were, not, or weren't. We weren't studying. You weren't studying. They were not studying. Okay. Now, let's see interrogative. Okay, in interrogative, if we are using WH word, then with this singular one, what was he studying? Or with plural, what were they studying, or what were you studying, like this. Or without WH word, your sentence will be, were you studying, or was he studying? Now, if negative interrogatives there, you have to use was not or were not. Your sentence is, what wasn't he or she or I studying? What weren't, then subject, we studying or you studying, or you can say, weren't you studying without WH word? So this is the structure of the past continuous tense in affirmative sentence, negative sentence, interrogative sentence with WH words and without WH word, and negative interrogative sentences. I hope you have understood the structure. So with this, we have come to the end of today's class. Tomorrow, I'll be back with remaining other tenses in past tense. Okay. So till then, goodbye and take care.